Hi, resetters and other internety people. You haven't seen my fat face for a while. Here it goes, guys. About 3 weeks ago, I was sitting at my office desk, and for about a week before, I have been suffering from a really severe headache that I just couldn't shake. So I just didn't feel right that morning. Went to work, pounding headache. There was some stuff going on at work that had me stressed. Sorry, I was trying to put the camera where I want it to be. And put my head down. Put my hand up here, just to rest my head on it. And I had a tear. I could feel a tear coming out of my eye. It hit the table, and I looked at it, and it was blood in it. It's like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, I just started getting this intense earache over here. And stuck my finger over my ear, like my finger over my ear hole, ear canal. And blood came out. So I was like, shit. This ain't good. It's not good at all. So I called Darcy up, my wife, for those of you who don't know. And I'm like, sweetie, I gotta get to the hospital. Something's not right here. So she met me at the hospital. I went in, and first the nurse started giving me grief about coming to emergency over how I felt. And also, every April, right here swells out to about here sometimes. And it usually happens once in April and then it's gone. Well, this year it happened about 6 times in a matter of a week. And it swells big. It's just a lump on the side of my neck and on my collarbone. That happened as well that morning. So, get to the hospital, the nurse is giving me shit about coming to the hospital emergency room for this. Why would you come to the emergency room for this? So, she still has to do her job, because, you know what, that's what she's paid. That's what all the taxpayers in my province pay her to do. She straps a blood pressure cuff on me. Oh dear, you're lucky you came. You're on the verge of a stroke. My blood pressure at that point was 207 over 133. So, they put me in this room with low lights, tell me to lay down, relax. Meanwhile, they want me to relax when I got this killer headache, blood dripping out of places, and this growth on the side of my neck. And they're like, oh, just calm down. So a couple minutes passed and the doctor came in. And the doctor checked my blood pressure again, and it was still 200 over 130. So the doctor asked me, have you always had high blood pressure? And I'm like, well, I had it last year. He's like, okay. So it's nothing, you've lived with high blood pressure, but this is higher blood pressure. So he's like, I'm going to make you an appointment with I don't know what his definition would be, a blood pressure doctor. So I go and I see him later that day, and still high blood pressure. And so he puts me on a couple pills for the high blood pressure. And it's like, okay, here you go. Take these, come back, see me next week. We'll see if these help you. Meanwhile, I also saw an internalogist about my neck. The word he used, I don't know what it was. I can't remember. It was long. It had lymph and phoma and Joe and Mo all up in there. Maybe it's lingomyofoma. Hey, I think that was it. Lingomyofoma. I think that's what it was. So Google, people. Google. Tell me if that's a real thing. He said he doesn't suspect my lymph node is, I don't have lymphoma, like cancer. What he suspects is, I can't remember what the fluid is called, so we're going to call it lymph juice, okay? It's the fluid that goes in your lymph system. The lymph node system is kind of like the superhighway of your body. Then there's this fluid in there, and as we've already discussed, for argument's sake, we're going to call it lymph juice. So anyways, it goes through your lymph node, which is basically a filter, which filters out bacteria, viruses, things like that. He's like, yours isn't working properly. So I'm like, okay. I want to send you to a face, neck, and head surgeon. So I have my appointment with him next week with the surgeon. They want to take out my lymph node. And from the way it was explained to me, it's not a big deal. Your body has so many lymph nodes, it's going to be alright. Cool. Well, not cool, but you know, it is what it is. And it's going to be done what's going to be done. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this, because some people don't know about it yet, but I'm going to share with you guys. My father-in-law, Mike, is a great man. He had, I don't know if we're calling it a heart attack on Friday. But for argument's sake, we're going to call it a heart attack. 3 of his arteries are clogged pretty bad. So tomorrow morning, which is going to be Wednesday morning, they're going to have to perform a triple bypass, which is why I'm on the highway today. Darcy's been up there since Friday. I went up with her on Friday, but I had to come back Sunday night because I had to come to work Monday morning. And I would have stayed and I would have just called in, but there's some stuff going on that I had to deal with that only I could deal with. So I stayed yesterday and I stayed today. I also had to do some work to my truck. I had to get my truck, I had a bad bearing in my front driver's side. So I had to put a new wheel hub assembly on. So I got that done Sunday. Nope. Yeah, I got that. Sorry guys, just something happened. I had to cut that and start on this section. So it's been my life lately, guys. Now, when my father-in-law had his heart attack on Friday, I made a promise to myself and to him that if he was going to give up smoking, I was going to give up smoking. And because I know if he can do it, I can do it. I'm a pack a day smoker. Mike is a pack and a half a day smoker. 2 packs during seeding and harvest. And if that man can kick it, I should be able to. I'm not comparing myself to him though, because he's a great man in my eyes. I love him a lot, and I love him deeply. And that will never change. So we're going on to Regina. For those of you who are of the praying folk, please send my father-in-law Mike some prayers. If you're not a believer, then please send him positive energy. Because for the next little while, you know, during the surgery and after surgery, he's gonna need some positive reinforcement. And I'm a firm believer in positive mojo. Whoa! Sorry guys, had to change lanes. I'm a firm believer in positive mojo. So, with that being said, guys, oh my goodness gracious, I forgot the big news. As you all know, I have a hernia, an umbilical hernia, that needs to get operated on. Saskatchewan roads, what can I tell you? I have an umbilical hernia, and it's going to get operated on. Now, the surgeon who's doing my surgery is not your normal run-of-the-mill surgeon. He isn't, I guess like no surgeon is a run-of-the-mill surgeon. But anyways, he's a bariatric surgeon. He is the bariatric surgery specialist in my province. The man performs hundreds, if not thousands, of gastric bypasses, lap bands, vertical sleeve, vertical sleeve, VSG. And with my blood pressure being that high, guys, the decision was made. I'm going to talk to him. And I'm going to see about getting the weight loss surgery. Which surgery? I think it's going to be VSG. Just because it's more of a slower pace. And for me, that would be better. I understand there are people out there who need gastric and need RNY and need lap band and need I can't think of all of them. There's a lot of surgeries you can have nowadays. So, since he's going to have to open me up and tinker with my intestines and my stomach, hey doc, while you're in there. But no, it's a bit of a process in Saskatchewan for Mike. Say it with me, Mike. Saskatchewan. It's a bit of a process up here to have weight loss surgery. It's not like some places where you can just phone down to the clinic. Yo, I have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. I'm coming down. I'm having weight loss surgery. Awesome. Be there in 15 minutes. Up here, I know some places also have to do this, so I'm not ragging on anybody in particular. I like ragging on everybody equally. Up here, you have to go for your initial consultation, and then once you've done that initial consultation, you have to go to blank amount of hours of psychological testing to see if you're psychologically able to withstand the changes that you're going to have to make. After that, you have to see an exercise therapist who will actually help you lose, I think it's 5 or 10% of your weight. You have to prove that you can lose. You have to prove that you can do the exercises to lose the weight. After that, you have to see a nutritionalist, and you have to learn about nutrition. You have to learn about eating properly, portion sizes. For those Canadians out there, you'll learn more about the Canada Food Guide. Now, if you're a Canadian, you know what the Canada Food Guide is, and the pyramid. Well, I think he changed. I don't think it's a pyramid anymore, but anyways, I digress. So, and there's a couple other little things you have to, there's a couple other hoops you have to jump through to have the surgery. Now, being with my knowledge from the past year and a half, it might be easier for me to get through that stuff because I know a lot of it now. I've been doing the research since day one. So with that being said, Darcy said she is on board with me having it. Why, you say? Because she loves me and she doesn't want me to die. And whenever it keeps me around, she's for it. Well, that being said, guys, I just wanted to say I missed you guys. I'm going to be starting my stop smoking journey next week. Well, after I see the doctors, I'm going to get a prescription for Champix. So right on, crazy dreams. Right on. And it's okay. Last week I had a dream I was in an episode of The Littlest Hobo. For those of you who don't know The Littlest Hobo, just Google or YouTube Littlest Hobo theme song. Best theme song of all time. But I'm leaving now. I'm leaving, guys. Seriously. I'm going to push that button right there. That's going to make it stop recording. Right there. I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it. Pushing it. Bye. I love you guys.